In the year 304 AD, a group of 49 North African Christians made a stand that would echo through the ages. These brave souls, known as the Martyrs of Abitinae, defied the Roman Emperor Diocletian's order against Sunday worship. But what drove them to risk everything for their faith? Stay tuned to find out the shocking truth behind their sacrifice. The story of the Martyrs of Abitinae begins in the small town of Abitinae, located in present-day Tunisia. These early Christians were living in a time of intense persecution under the reign of Emperor Diocletian. The Roman Empire was cracking down on Christianity, viewing it as a threat to the established order. Diocletian had issued an edict forbidding Christians from gathering for worship, especially on Sundays. This was a direct attack on one of the most fundamental practices of the Christian faith. But the believers in Abitinae refused to bow to this tyrannical decree. Led by a man named Saturninus, the group continued to meet in secret, risking their lives to practice their faith. They gathered in the home of a fellow Christian named Felix, where they would celebrate the Eucharist and study the Scriptures. However, their clandestine meetings couldn't remain hidden forever. On one fateful Sunday, Roman soldiers burst into their gathering, catching them in the act of worship. The 49 Christians were immediately arrested and taken to Carthage to face trial. The interrogation of the Abitine Christians was brutal and relentless. The Roman authorities demanded that they renounce their faith and offer sacrifices to the pagan gods. But these brave believers stood firm, refusing to deny their Lord. One by one, they were brought before the proconsul Annulinus. When asked why they had disobeyed the emperor's edict, their response was simple yet profound. Sign Dominico non possumus. Without the Lord Este, we cannot live. This declaration became the rallying cry of the Abitinae Christians. They understood that their faith was not just a set of beliefs, but a way of life that required regular gathering and worship. To give up their Sunday meetings would be to give up their very identity as followers of Christ. The Roman authorities were not moved by their conviction. The Christians were subjected to horrific tortures in an attempt to break their will. They were beaten, stretched on the rack, and had their flesh torn with iron hooks. Yet, through it all, they remained steadfast. One of the most inspiring accounts from this group is that of Emeritus. When asked why he had allowed the Christians to meet in his home, he boldly replied, "I could not fail to receive my brothers." Even under intense pressure, Emeritus refused to betray his fellow believers or compromise his faith. Another remarkable figure among the martyrs was Victoria, a young woman who had defied her pagan family to become a Christian. Her brother, who was present at the trial, tried to convince the court that she was insane. But Victoria spoke up, declaring her faith and her willingness to die for it. The youngest member of the group was Hilarion Nis, the son of Senonins. Despite his youth, he showed incredible courage, declaring that he had attended the gatherings of his own free will and that he was a Christian. His father, watching proudly, encouraged him to remain strong in his faith. As the trial progressed, it became clear that the Abitinae Christians would not yield. Their unwavering faith in the face of certain death left a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. Even some of the pagan onlookers were moved by their courage and conviction. The exact fate of each of the 49 martyrs is not known, but historical records indicate that most, if not all, were executed for their faith. Some were beheaded, others were thrown to wild beasts in the arena, and still others died from the injuries inflicted during their torture. But the story of the Martyrs of Abitinae didn't end with their deaths. Their testimony spread throughout the Christian world, inspiring believers for generations to come. Their unwavering commitment to their faith in the face of persecution became a powerful symbol of Christian devotion. The phrase, Sign Dominico non possumus, became a watchword for Christians facing persecution. It reminded them of the importance of gathering together, even in the face of danger. The Abitinae martyrs had shown that the weekly gathering was not just a tradition, but an essential part of Christian life. Their story also highlights the importance of the Eucharist in early Christian worship. The martyrs were willing to risk their lives, not just for abstract beliefs, but for the chance to partake in this sacred meal together. This underscores the central role that the Eucharist played in the life of the early Church. The legacy of the Abitinae martyrs continues to inspire Christians today. Their story is a powerful reminder of the cost of discipleship and the importance of standing firm in one's faith, even in the face of opposition. It challenges modern believers to consider what they will be willing to sacrifice for their faith. In many parts of the world, Christians still face persecution for their beliefs. The story of the Abitinae martyrs serves as a sobering reminder that religious freedom is not universal, and that many believers still risk their lives to practice their faith. The Martyrs of Abitinae also remind us of the power of community in the Christian faith. These 49 individuals drew strength from each other, standing together in the face of persecution. Their story emphasizes the importance of fellowship and mutual support among believers. As we reflect on the courage of these early Christians, we're challenged to examine our own commitment to our faith. Will we have the strength to stand firm if faced with similar persecution? The Abitinae martyrs call us to a deeper, more committed faith. Their story also raises important questions about the relationship between faith and civil authority. The Abitinae Christians chose to obey God rather than man, even when it cost them their lives. This challenges us to consider how we navigate conflicts between our faith and the demands of society. In conclusion, the Martyrs of Abitinae stand as a testament to the power of faith and the indomitable human spirit. Their courage in the face of persecution, their unwavering commitment to their beliefs, and their willingness to sacrifice everything for what they held dear continue to inspire and challenge us today. Their story reminds us that faith is not just about what we believe, but about how we live. It challenges us to consider what we are willing to sacrifice for our convictions and encourages us to stand firm in the face of opposition. As we remember the Martyrs of Abitinae, let's be inspired by their courage and challenged by their commitment. May their cry of Sign Dominico non possumus echo in our hearts, reminding us of the importance of our faith and our community. And there you have it, folks. The incredible story of the Martyrs of Abitinae. Their tale of bravery and faith continues to inspire people around the world, nearly 2,000 years later. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating historical stories. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand the present.